With the release of Darkness Ablaze, Eternatus was seen as a very strong dark Pokemon. But with the release of Battle Styles, Eternatus had to take a back seat. Fast forward to now, where Mew is all over the format, Eternatus is starting to thrive again, crashing into the scene. So let's see how well it does in this format. Yo, what's up my anti-Mew VMAXers? So today we're going to be talking about the Eternatus deck list that I've been playing. It's pretty straightforward, the Eternatus list, but we actually mixed in a couple of things. So as our main attacker, we're going to be using Eternatus VMAX with the Eternal Zone ability. So this allows you to play 8 dark Pokemon on your bench, and they can only be dark Pokemon. And this ties in with the attack for 1 Darkness Energy and 1 Colorless Dread-In. It is 30 times the amount of dark Pokemon to play. So technically, if you have a full bench and Eternatus VMAX, you'll be doing 270 just for 2 energies, which makes it a very efficient attacker. And so we paired this up with a couple of tools, right? So for our draw power, we're going to be running 3 Crobat Vs. So it's a dark Pokemon, and with the Dark Asset ability, just with the Quick Ball or just drawing it, you're able to get so many cards in your hand. So this is actually a really good draw supporter, if I could say that. But also the attack does something really good as well. It does 70 damage, now your opponent's poisoned. So you do 70 and do 10. And 80 is the magic number. And we're going to be seeing the number 80 in a lot of these cards. So 80 brings something from like 300 to 220. And it brings it into KO range for Eternatus. And that's what makes this deck so strong. So now that we got our draw cards out of the way, we're going to be looking at Moltres V. Galarian Moltres V has the Dire Flame Wings ability, which allows you to get 1 Darkness Energy from your discard pile and put it onto this Pokemon. Now, that's a very strong ability because that allows you to throw away Darkness Energies and not have to worry about them coming back. So this is a very strong attacker, and plus with this and Energy Switch, you can actually get 2 attachments off in 1 turn. And 2 attachments is important because not only does our Eternatus use it, our Crobat uses it, and you can start setting up stuff like Hoopa or Umbreon as your other attacker. And not only that, well, we're going to get into our Galarian Weezing, which is probably one of our sickest little surprises in his deck. So another card that we have in here is Hoopa V from Fusion Strike. Now Hoopa V has a two-face ability, and if you watch my other YouTube videos, two-face, as long as this Pokemon's in play, it's a Psychic and Dark Pokemon. With Grass Weakness, it's not scared of fighting Pokemon. It's not going to get one-shotted by Rapid Strike Urshifu. So, with the Grass Weakness, and it's also Psychic, it hits for 340. And this is a really good, I guess, Dark Tech type Pokemon in this deck that allows you to cover your fighting weaknesses. Now, we do have some Pokemon that are weak to fight in this deck. And so, depending on who you go against, you need to switch up the way you play. For example, if you're going against a fighting deck, your main attackers are going to be Umbreon, Moltres, and Hoopa. But if you go against like anything else that isn't, or if you go against a Leafeon, then your main attackers will be Eternatus, Crobat, and Weezing. And the one thing I want to talk about Weezing, now that we brought it up, is as the neutralizing gas ability. So as long as this Pokemon's in play, the active spot or in the active spot, your opponent's Pokemon in play has no abilities except for neutralizing gas. So now this is a very strong Pokemon ability. This isn't some stadium that can get bumped. This isn't some niche weird ability that allows you, your Pokemon Vs to not have abilities. This is literally straight up your opponent cannot play any Pokemon with abilities or cannot use them. And we use this to our advantage. When we go against Mew, we can neutralize Fusion Strike system. If we go against any type of Drizzile, Inteleon line in their decks, we can neutralize that. This is a very strong card to start off with, and if you're actually interested, you can literally drop 1 Hoopa and then drop 3 Koffing and 2 Weezing, because there's some situations where a 2-2 line isn't enough, where you're not going to find what you need. And that I'm just going to say Galarian Weezing is probably like the best card to use in this deck, because you have Eternatus that attacks for just 2 energies, and then you can have a Galarian Weezing on your bench, or you can start off with the Galarian Weezing, and you literally just stop your opponent from setting up. And if you stop them from setting up, it allows you to get more Pokemon on your bench faster. And then since Eternatus only needs 2 energies to attack, like it's stupid strong. Like the whole synergy between Eternatus and Weezing is super strong. And then we run a 2-2 line of Umbreon. Now I opt to not run a 3-3 line because technically, if you can knock out 2 VMAXs, I mean that's game. If you need to knock out a key Pokemon, then you use Umbreon VMAX. With this Dark Signal ability, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So it's pretty much a free Gust ability in a Pokemon form, which is good because it's a Dark Pokemon as well, and you know Eternatus needs all the Dark Pokemon they can get. So enough talking about the Pokemon, let's get into energies. We have one Energy Search. Now, the Energy Search is important because there are going to be some cases where you want a Quick Ball and Energy, but you don't have energy, or if any, for some odd reason, because we're only running 10 energies, for some odd reason you don't get energy, Energy Search is really strong to have. We run 4 Energy Switches. Energy Switch moves a basic Pokemon from one of your Pokemon to another Pokemon. So, as you know, we have Galarian Moltres V that does dire flames, or dire flames, sorry. Anyway, you bring the darkness energy from the discard pile to Moltres, and then you can energy switch it to any Pokemon you want. And like I said earlier, you can get to up to 2 energy attachments in one turn. Now this is extremely strong, especially if you're trying to set up attackers, because we know we have 2 Pokemon with the 3 energy cost of attacking. And so being able to move that extra energy from the discard pile is very huge. Then we run 3 Evolution Incense, and we don't really have to worry about it for Galarian Weezing because Koffing has the Ascension attack. But this is to get our Eternatus VMAX out, or technically, if you need Umbreon VMAX, it's considered a boss. So not only do you have 2 Umbreon VMAXs, you have 2 Evolution Incense and 3 Great Balls. And we'll get into the supporters in a second. But like I said, we have 3 Evolution Incense to look for our Eternatus VMAXs or our Umbreon VMAXs. Those are going to be like the most important things that we want out. And then we run 3 Great Balls. So you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and if you find a Pokemon there, you can grab it. And now this is good just if you need to fill up your bench, if you're looking for a certain Pokemon, you're looking for a Crobat, you can pair up your Great Balls with Crobats and then draw more cards. So you see what I mean? Great Ball is... we can't really use Level Ball in this deck, so Great Ball is a better alternative. So that's why I like using Great Ball. And of course we run 4 Quick Balls, because what's a deck without 4 Quick Balls? You need all basic Pokemon. You need to get certain key Pokemon out for certain matchups, and Quick Ball just delivers. Our stadium of choice is Galar Mine. Now, I know some people run Old Cemetery and stuff like that. The problem with that is Mew abuses the heck out of that. I don't think there's really much stadiums that Mew can't abuse, but Galar Mine is not one of them. And Galar Mine is good for us because as Dark Pokemon, we have a special energy, the Hiding Energy, that allows us to give us free retreat. It allows us to switch us back and forth whenever we want. Now, this is insanely good when you pair this up with Weezing and Eternatus, because you can just switch them back and forth. And that's the really cool part about it. And even if you get boss, like, all you can do is put a Hiding Energy, and then you can move out of the active. And that's why you don't see any switches, any escape ropes, none of that. No bird keepers. Because we have the Hiding Energies, and it's really, there's 4 of them, so you'll always have one. And that should always be on your Weezing, that should be always on your Eternatus. And then we get to our supporters. Now our supporters aren't too crazy, because again, this deck is all about getting all your Pokemon out as fast as possible. And it's all about making sure you get the right energies. So Adventurous Discovery is a new card out of Fusion Strike. Search for your deck for 3 Pokemon V, reveal them and put them in your hand and shelf your deck. Now, when you read this, this isn't just Pokemon V. This is Pokemon VMAX, because they count as V. So, if you already have a full bench setup and you're ready to just boss things up, you can literally Adventurous Discovery, grab yourself a Crobat, grab yourself a Umbreon VMAX, and grab something else. Like, if you haven't noticed so far, there's only 4 Pokemon in this deck that aren't Vs. So that's easily searchable with Adventurous Discovery, and that's why we run 4, because even if we start out early with it, we can get set up. It's late game, we can get what we need, and that's it. So that's another cool thing. We pair Umbreon with Avery. So Avery draws 3 cards, and if you drew any cards this way, your opponent discards up to their bench, so they have 3 Pokemon left on their bench. Now this is kind of a tech against Mew, and because Mew wants a full bench. So if we can force the Mew to either get rid of their Genesect, their Latias, Melota, or another Mew, we're winning. It's a straight up, the matchup with Mew is pretty highly favorable, and you're like maybe 80-20. You're mostly going to win every matchup against Mew. Like honestly, I don't think I've lost a match to Mew, and I played about 40 games with this deck, so maybe 20 of them were Mew. So I haven't lost against a Mew. So Avery is definitely one of those key cards you want to hold on to. And the thing about Avery is you don't want to use it as soon as you get it. You want to use it when your opponent is going to like fumble like hard. If they think they got everything set up, you drop Avery, they have to discard 2 Pokemon from their bench, and now they look goofy. So don't use Avery like whenever you want to. Like make sure when you're using Avery, it's during a certain point in the game where your opponent needs to draw more cards. So that's a little tip for you with Avery. Piers, search your deck for an energy card and a dark Pokemon. Reveal them, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck. Again, this is another Pokemon search card that allows you to look for any dark Pokemon in your deck. So this is a really good card. You could probably get away with playing 2, but I don't think so. I don't think that would be correct. I think the fact that you can look for an energy card, excuse me, allergies, and then look for any dark Pokemon you want is huge. You can turn that Piers into a Crobat and a hiding energy, and then now you have free retreat costs to move around, and then you can use a Crobat to get up to 6 cards. So that's what's good about that. And then Professor's Research. Once you get your main cards out, or you're stuck in a block, Professor's Research will get you out of that. And usually when you have about 6-7 Pokemon on your bench plus Eternatus, you're hitting for 240. And remember, Crobat does 70 plus 10, which is 80. And then Weezing does 44 damage counters of poison in between turns. So if you do the attack, you do 40, and then they end their turn. And if they don't knock you out because they can't play abilities, then they take another 40, and that drops it down to 80. And 80 plus 240 is 320, which knocks out a lot of Vs in this format. So that's why the 80 is a magic number, because you just add 3 more damage to that, and you're knocking out every card in the format. And then we get into our energies. We have 4 hiding energies, which gives you free retreat for dark Pokemon, which syncs up with Galar Mine. That way you're not stuck to Galar Mine, but your opponent is. And if they can't play abilities, they're kind of stuck. So they either have to boss you or switch out the stadium. And 9 times out of 10, Galar Mine sticks for a little bit. So you can actually make that work to your advantage. And then we run 6 basic energies. Basic dark energies, because again, that's the only thing Dire Flame Wings works with. And not only that, in the format with a lot of Phantom Waves and everything, you don't want to get caught slipping, having 2 high energies on one of your Pokemon. Don't do that. And that way you can either have enough energies to play double basic energy on your Eternatus, or you can start spreading out up to like 2 or 3 Pokemon with basic energies and have 4 Pokemon with hiding energies. So that's the deck. We're going to get into some matches from my actual stream. On the screen right now, you're going to see the link to my Twitch, twitch.tv/superpeoper3, where I'll be streaming Pokemon content. On top of that, Halo. I recently got an Xbox Series X, and I have been playing Halo non-stop. Actually, that's the reason why this video has been delayed. I've been playing Halo non-stop. Love it. If you haven't played it, check it out. Remember, it's on the computer too. But anyways, so SuperPeoper3 on Twitch. Check me out. And let's get into some matches, because this deck is definitely fun. Definitely had zero idea that there's another Ice Rider deck box. And we won the coin flip on that one. Alright, let's see how this is going to go. Sobble, alright, not too bad. What do I want to get? I guess technically I'm not going to need Piers in this situation. I could grab a Crobat for next turn. Put the hiding energy and then end my turn there. Water energy. And then probably going to keep calling. And now here's the interesting part. So they keep calling, but if we can pull off getting a Weezing, that actually might be big. Do I want adventures? Nah. Because if we can pull off the Weezing, that'd be way better. I don't want to get rid of all of that, but might as well risk it. Damn, that sucks. Alright, well, we wanted to get the Weezing ahead of time, but I guess not. So we're just going to Ascension. And so we're going to evolve, right? So he has all the Sobbles sitting there, but now that we evolved into Weezing, they cannot play any of their abilities when they evolve. So essentially, it's entirely useless. So the one thing I wanted to mention is that if they keep evolving their Drizziles, they essentially become useless at the end of the game because they're not getting shady dealing, so there's no value in that. So he evolves. Nothing. There's no shady dealings. Quick Ball. Ice Rider, okay. I wonder if they're gonna Melanie. Alright, cool. So it stalls us one more turn. There's 2 energy switches. That is terrible because we're gonna have to throw that away. Okay, Eternatus VMAX. There we go. Great Ball. What do we get? I'll grab the Crobat in this case. Great Ball. Umbreon. That's exactly what we wanted. Let's play that. Is there anything else we want to evolve? We have the Umbreon in our hand. We can fail the Energy Search. We can fail the Evolution Incense. And then we can Crobat. And then Severe Poison. We hit him with the 40. Because I'm getting ready next turn. If they can't evolve that Ice Rider, then we can knock out the Ice Rider. Capacious Bucket. They're getting 2 water energies. So now they have 2 water energies. If they evolve, they're not going to evolve. Okay, cool. So we're going to knock this out. Get a prize. Hopefully it's a basic Pokemon. Research, that's even better. And they brought up the Ice Rider for free. Like, what? Okay. Okay, good. Too excited. Alright, so then we'll start loading up this Eternatus. I mean, at this point we can just adventure. Get this, and then grab this. Evolve that. Throw down one of these. And honestly, we don't need to play down another one because we do enough damage. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 210, 240. So that's a knockout right there. And I was kind of hoping that they would evolve all their Pokemon and then they'll be stuck once everything's free. So we're sitting really nicely, right? Because honestly, he can't evolve next turn. He has to bring up one of those. We can boss an Ice Rider up. At most, he's just going to be pinging down damage. Boss's orders. Okay. Interesting. Oh. That's weird. Okay. 240, we knocked that out. And that's victory. The Weezing in this deck works so well. Because all it literally does is just, it literally stops our opponent. Unless they have something to stop poisoning. Or special energies, I mean. I want to play against some Mews. I'm tired of playing against these other decks. Yeah, that was a nice top deck. It was actually really good. Blissey. I wonder if this is gonna be that Blissey deck. So it just, we bricked. It happens. Still a little frustrating considering that you were on a good winning spree. And they're gonna go first. And we can start with the E turn. That's not too bad. I actually like that. And we're going second too, so we can play whatever we want. Oh, 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 oh. So this is Turbo Mew. Tells. So Turbo Mew plays a little different, right? You use Melodia's Echo and at least a Sparkle to do lots of damage. And at this point, I don't even know what to do. Two Roam Phones, a Great Ball, and Crimrite. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. So we have Koffing. Actually, I want the Moltres. So grab the Moltres. We'll do the... We have the Energy Switch in our hand, or yeah, Energy Switch in our hands, but I just don't see us using it. This is difficult because we're more likely prone to get our Mew knocked out next turn. So we'll Adventurous Discovery. Highly doubt they have a Marnie. And so this way that if they do knock out Eternatus V, we can move our other one up, evolve it. See, yeah, evolve it, and then we still have energy. But if they boss up our other one, we still have Moltres V to pull the energy out of the discard pile. Energy switch to our new one, and so we kind of like backed ourselves up, right? We're doing pretty good. So that's 140. That's 170. Hopefully it's a Tells. Okay. $200. 210. Oh, this is keep going, and this is why this is the best deck in the format. Another Power Tablet. Fog Crystal. Psychic Energy, okay. Okay, Mew VMAX. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that was bad. That was not good. Grab the Umbreon. Get rid of the Galar Mine. And we don't have another Umbreon, so that's not good. Grab a Hoopa. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 180. So that's 360. Okay, so now we have a bunch of cards to get us what we need. So what can they do here? Great Ball VMAX. Fog Crystal. Psychic Energy. Okay. Firefly Wings. Energy Switch. Play Galar Mine. Avery. That way we can switch down their bench. And Venomous Fang. Let me grab one. The problem is they used all their resources early on. Like, why would you use... Are you trying to dunk me using 3 power tablets? But now you're just sitting here like, okay, cool, I can do 210, knock it out, get 2 prizes. But then you can get reverse KO'd. At least the sparkle was it 1? Cool. So we're down 2 energy switches. And that's it. And there you go. 540. And that's how you do it. As you see, folks, Etern delivers, not only in matchups where Mew VMAX is apparently dominating the meta, but in other decks that use abilities. And I would say this is probably, you know, at the end of every video, I'm always like, this is like a good deck to use. This isn't my top deck. But this one actually proves results. Like, I had the most fun recording this. It was fast. I even presented on Twitch. And, you know, as one of my first Twitch streams, I didn't want to like just play a deck where I was like, oh, I'm about to get bodied. No, it performed well. There were some matchups that weren't favorable, like fighting matchups, or where you couldn't get the grass Pokemon out as soon as possible, but we still took easy dubs. And with that being said, check my PokemonCard.io for this deck list. Link's gonna be on the bottom. I also have another link to all my social media. Go ahead, check that out. And if you're new, subscribe and like the video. I'll be coming out with more content every 3-4 days, just checking out different decks in the format and the meta and everything. I am going to be streaming Halo, so if you're interested in Halo, I do have some videos on my TikTok, so you can check that out. And with that being said, twitch.tv/superpeeper3, it's going to be up there or down there somewhere. It's going to be around here. So go ahead, check it out, give me a follow. I will be going live a little bit more because I'm out of school right now, so I'm gonna have more time to stream and all that kind of good stuff. Again, thank you for your support. Let's keep going, you know, take it one game at a time. Thank you, have a good night.